Alright guys, so back in a new video. Today we'll cover the new features in Unity 6.2. This video is from Gamefromscratch, so definitely go and check out his channel.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Gamefromscratch, and today we have a new release of Unity. Unity 6.2 is now available. Now this was actually a little bit over a day ago. I'm sort of late on covering this one for two reasons. First off, I'm on vacation.
Of the tier list videos that I wanted to publish before of this.
I sound a little bit weird. And then on top of that, let's go over to the Unity blog and take a look here. So you're going to see here, they did a post about the Unity 6.1 release. We scroll on down. Under the latest post, we'll also see that they did a post about the Unity 6.2 beta. But it's been a couple of days and there is nothing about the Unity 6.2 release. So I think I'm somewhat excused for missing the announcement here just because, well, they didn't really make one, at least not a major public-facing one. So that's why I'm a little bit late on covering this one.
Yeah, they made like a video of one on the 45 hours about the Unity 6.2 release. What I want to see here that they mentioned things related to the render pipelines and tools that really help in game development, not the AI stupid part that no actual game dev really wants to hear about. It's really scrappy, and we do not want to AI disclose our games in Steam, of course, so we don't decrease our sales. So I'm really excited to see major edits in Unity, not like stuff related to AI. It would help way more. So let's see the video.
So what exactly can we expect in Unity 6? Well, the headline feature is probably going to disappoint some people, that's for certain, and that is Unity AI. On top of that, we've
it's bullshit. AI, generative AI, in that they want the AI toolkits would not be as best as possible. You generating icons, generating code, or generating stuff is not for full production, full commercial production. It causes a lot of errors. It's the things that most real productions don't use. We use anime AIs, we use different AI tools that we develop ourselves for the game, but we do not usually use generative AI. It's stupid. So that's a thing that we don't really want to see in the new update as much as stuff that are really important for the engine.
We've got a number of other features here as well. Again, so the highlight features are AI, LODs, Graph Toolkit, World Space UI for UI Toolkit, and we're going to focus on a couple of them in this video. Now, Unity AI, I actually did a dedicated video on that. We'll get back to that in just a minute. And Unity AI, the initial stuff when it was still called Muse and Centris and all these other things, it was, in my opinion, very underwhelming. It wasn't very Udemy-centric in its approach. It was just basically another Gen AI service in some ways. Now they're taking a much different approach with Unity AI, and I'm actually more excited by it than I ever was before. So we'll get back to the Unity AI stuff in just a second. But the key thing I want to point out here is this paragraph right here. So all users who
install Unity AI get free unlimited Unity points during the beta. Points will expire when Unity AI transition to be a paid model in the future. In the meantime, we would love your feedback. Check out their roadmap 21 and share your suggestions. So it looks like when they publish the Unity AI, the full version is going to be a paid something just like Cloud or stuff like that, or any Gen AI stuff that are already been released. So it's better to be something new or something that really could be in a use case of a full production, or otherwise people not going to use it as much as they think.
Install Unity AI, get free unlimited Unity points during the beta. The points will expire when the Unity AI transitions to a paid model in the future. By the way, we don't know what it's going to cost, and we don't know when in the future is. In the meantime, we would love your feedback. So if you wanted to go ahead and check out Unity AI, now is the time to do it, because quite frankly, you could do it completely for free. So there's points, but you basically get unlimited. You don't pay for them, which is quite nice. So if you want to check out Unity AI, now is the time. On top of that, we've had some improvements for the XR stuff. So hand mesh functionality, you can now visualize hand meshes and utilize them for
that's something very good for people that use like XR or Android XR for their projects in Unity. It's a very amazing feature. So this is some improvement that we really want to see. There's dynamically adjusting the display refresh rate during runtime. This is something very good for optimization. Visibility mesh occlusion, this feature reduced GPU overhead. This is also something very good for optimization. This is stuff that we really want to see Unity. We don't really want to see AI bullshit. Again, it's not really very useful in the production or a full production. So yeah, this is
dynamic refresh rates are supported, and visibility mesh occlusion is now supported in ERP. It looks like right there.
We have
also the graph.
So let's see. There's the Graph Toolkit is an API framework that empowers build custom editor graph tools. So this is something that would be cool. I guess they like develop the graph toolkit that they already have, because I think they already have a shader graph toolkit. So I guess they just develop some new features in it. We have Mesh LOD is now available to automatically generate levels of detail at import to reduce iteration times. So this is something good. I already published an asset a long time ago about LOD generation. So just generate LOD in one click. So importing this feature inside Unity would help a lot. Of course, people want to do it inside the engine, something proved from the engine rather than just downloading some asset from the asset store. So this is something amazing that we really want to see in the engine. So let's see the other features.
Toolkit was added. We'll get back to that one in just a second. Mesh LODs can be generated automatically on import to reduce iteration time. Like they said, they've got the World Space UI for UI Toolkit. It's now available to render UIs directly in World Space. That's, again, mostly for XR. So if you needed to do your user interface in a 3D world.
This is something interesting. Developer Data Framework. Our recently announced Developer Data Framework reflects our commitment to providing developers with transparency and control over their data usage within the Unity ecosystem. This is very important for big production companies that don't want some data leakage from their engine. This transparency and control will remain pivotal as we release additional live service capabilities from within the editor. This is something very interesting, and it's a very good move, to be honest, taking in consideration the older moves from the old CEO of the Unity game engine.
Superimposed or transposed on your world. That's what that is all about. We also have the Developer Data Framework. Reflects our commitment to providing developers with transparency and control over their data usage within the Unity ecosystem. Basically, this is the approvals and showcase so you can see what data Unity are using, kind of privacy controls, that kind of stuff. And on top of that, we've got a number of diagnostics tools.
Unity brings new diagnostic features that help you monitor performance. Okay, so something new to the performance. Okay, so there's a feature inside Unity. I guess it was called the profiler. So it's like something that you monitor your performance and what spikes the performance and stuff. So having something new for the optimization diagnostics, something amazing for Unity. It helps you monitor the stability across devices in real time. Alright, with these new features, you will gain enhanced crash and ANR reporting to diagnose issues faster. See how your game performs across diverse... Okay, so this is for cross-platform usage for best case scenarios, I guess. So this is something interesting.
Available as well. So that's the highlights of Unity 6.2. Now this is considered a supported release, which means it receives the same level of support as a long-term support release, including bug fixes and critical platforms, but only until the next release is published. So an LTS is for a duration in time. This will get support until...
Alright, so it's just some fixes in performance, actually. Like, you don't really... The Unity AI, again, I would really like if they don't think this is a very big major thing. It's just like a separate platform, a Gen AI platform that's not really related to a game engine itself. So I don't really believe it's something that important to be implemented inside the engine. Again, no real commercial production right now use AI as much as multiple companies think. We do not use AI. Maybe some sketchy companies does it, but usually no one is using Gen AI in their big production for video games. So I guess it's just performance issues. We saw stuff for XR, we saw stuff for diagnostic, and we saw some GPU enhancement. So this is something like a performance update more than like a very big release.
Point 3 comes along, but you should be safe to use it. So being able to confidently upgrade to the latest update means you can always keep your productions on the most current release without sacrificing stability or performance.
I'll never do that. If you are like doing a full production, use an LTS version. Never go and update your editor while producing the game. Many stuff crash out, and your full video game just gonna crash out because you switched the editor. So usually stick to the version of the editor that you're using right now until you finish the production of the game.
A lot of people using Unity for games, they're stuck on an ancient version, and Unity are being more proactive about forward support, which is a good thing in my humble opinion. All right, so Unity AI, what do we got going on here?
For the stupid stuff, let's see.
Again, it used to be called Muse and Centis. It is now sort of all merged together. You can notice here. Let's go through here and take a look at what they're showcasing. You're gonna notice no like texture generation or sprite generation, no Gen AI for the most part at all. Instead, they're talking about things like auditing your assets, get quick, focused help with your game objects, scripts, prefabs, and more. Just drop them into the assistant without having to spell out every detail. You can.
Yeah, but that would make a lot of problems. Like doing it yourself and file managing stuff is way better in long term than just asking someone to do it for you.
Locate, modify, and organize in bulk, so you can see changing light.
Alright, this is something I cannot call this as Gen AI or AI. It's just like a feature that should have been inside the engine for a very long time. To like, if you have different objects in different scenes that you want to change value in the same time, and they are not like a prefab, and you forgot to make it as a prefab, you can just go and say change it for all of them or make a prefab for them. This is something interesting. If you messed something up in your project, it's not really that bad. I thought that it would be something like Gen AI, like just textures and stuff like that, like generating textures or generating modules, and yeah.
It's using an AI script. So
but I don't really understand how would that be disclosed in Steam. Like, would this be an AI disclosure or something like that? Because it's not generative AI. This is just like file management work or integration Unity thing, organization Unity inside the engine. So it's not like something related to Gen AI as I'm seeing right
the
now.
Intensity of all lights with the fog light tag. And I've worked with this stuff, and it's actually really kind of cool. Then we got debug console errors, so you have it explain errors out to you. You also have it for...
just spending 2 months and you could read the errors like in a very easy way. Get through explanation, step-by-step guidance for... Okay, so this is for Unity
Learn. Learn, so you can ask questions and have it deal with you there.
Quickly stop scene.
Quick setup of scenes, so you can say it to place objects in your scenes using just a generated script. So you can see here, pick the objects you wish to do, and then create a new scene with default outdoor lighting and randomly distribute the attached prefabs to simulate a forest. This is the stuff that when I covered, someone did ChatGPT integration for AI like in Unity like 3 years ago, and I was so excited by it.
This is something that is actually codable to be used in production, but see, full production we already have some tools like are similar to this, so having it integrated inside the engine is something cool, and using like an assistant type of writing is very beginner friendly rather than seeing a new framework under new tabs for this. So I think this could be actually very helpful for beginner friendly stuff. It's not as worse as I thought, like generating textures and models.
This is what I wanted. This is the kind of things that I want to see. And then here, this is the extent
some good AI stuff
of their Gen AI now.
Yeah, this is the best stuff. Create sprites, texture, animation, sound directly in Unity. This is the stupidest stuff.
Now, and now they're no longer talking about replacing the artist, and now they're talking and using verbiage like placeholder. And I think this is going to be...
and I like the new thing to be used, the placeholder, like for prototyping, not actually replacing the actual art. Like if you want just to prototype something without doing a model, so you just do something quick, like just instead of a square, we usually use a square or a capsule or stuff like that. Now you have something more visually. And this is a very, very nice way to describe it and actually give you the vision of how they want to direct stuff for AI in the future.
Much more friendly to the community. People are going to enjoy this kind of approach better. At least
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so.
It's
So this is
one of the this compared to their old vision of AI is 1 million times better.
So this is where they 90% of what they talked about with Unity AI before was this kind of stuff: generate sprites, textures, animations, and sounds directly.
Yeah, the bad stuff. Now they are talking of organization, file management, and actual work that could really help for small teams that do not have people that are specialized in organizing the files and stuff like that. This is actually some helpful stuff.
Inside of Unity. Now it is a single paragraph and fairly far down. And then we also got code gen here as well. And yeah, so that is it. Unity now.
Yeah, so again, if you do not remove the placeholders or use the gen of code, these are the stuff that I think you would need to AI disclose them. I don't think the organization of files inside the engine or stuff like that would be needed to be disclosed. I really don't understand the legality about this with this team. We might need to contact them to see what's the best thing to do in such a scenario. But yeah, this is way better update for something that is AI in an engine for beginners and small teams, rather than just generating sprites that replace artists and stuff like that. So I like the new approach that they are going for.
Looking at AI as a way to supplement the Unity tooling environment, to make developers' lives quicker, to automate processes. And this, in my humble opinion, is what it should have always been. So I went from being a Unity AI skeptic. It felt like
again, you saw me in the first beginning of the episode. I was very skeptic of Unity AI. Now I feel like it's something that actually could work inside the engine, or at least something that I would put my attention to in the future if I saw. So this is 1 million times better than what I expected to see before opening this video.
cheap implementation of like ChatGPT, to be honest, a badly hacked version, to now something that is integrated and integral to Unity and not something that is hostile to artists that are out there. So I really like the approach that they've taken. I would also love to see this not be a commercial project and just be included in like Unity Pro. This would be an awesome feature for making Pro stand out. But I'd be interested to see what the final pricing is on this. But they're covering the stuff that I want to see them cover, and they're focusing on it. Again, I find it very interesting that the Gen AI stuff has been moved down to like point number 5, and it's rewarded as
it's actually understanding that people not gonna use it as much as they thought, because by the way, people not gonna go and do Gen AI for their video games because of the disclosure inside Steam and the upcoming disclosure that you're gonna need to do with AI. You're gonna see how I'm moving against AI gonna be from different platforms, especially in the gaming industry. So it's a very nice thing to actually make AI really useful in the gaming industry and not just making shitty models and sprites. This is an actual smart move from
instead
them.
of game-ready assets. And let's be honest, most of the times the stuff that it generates isn't game-ready anyways, but it's perfect for placeholders. So I like the approach they've taken there. If you want to learn more, I did a hands-on with Unity AI called Unity AI Is It Fire or a Tire Fire, which that was when the Unity 6.2 beta first dropped. There might have been some small improvements since then, but it'll give you an idea of what you can expect from Unity AI. And again, I went from being very, very skeptical to being somewhat optimistic on Unity AI, but I'm curious.
Yeah, it looks way, way better. So I think this new approach is way better for AI integration in different engines, in my opinion. Like file organization, file management is stuff that actually small teams suffer from, that you could really help using AI without actually damaging, because file managers and the people that work in this file organization in engines usually is only in AAA industries and very big productions. Usually there is not in small teams, which is very familiar with game engines that are not customly made. Usually they have like a custom made engine and stuff like that. So for commercial engines, this is very useful for small teams and indie devs, which is the most of their community. So I highly recommend. This is a very smart way to do it, and actually something as he said, not that we do not need to be skeptical about. It's something very optimistic to see. So definitely a great video. Definitely go and check out Game from Scratch. Thank God, no more pushing and marketing the Gen AI stupid stuff. I like the new approaches. So give us a like, give us a subscribe, and definitely hit that bell button. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.